Distinguished guests, good afternoon. The topic is want innovation experience sharing. Actually, to be honest, we do not have so many things about innovations. So I will just report to you our experiences of development in the past more than 10 years. And my topic will include the R&D organization, the structure, and the newly developed products in recent years, and also our R&D procedures, and the future cooperation between universities and enterprises, and the future R&D centers, as well as the digitalization system.
R&D center, R&D team, product is by design, and lot of experts shared about quality issue yesterday. But in fact, from R&D, I've been working in the R&D for some years already. Quality is actually decided in the R&D stage, screening of the ingredients, decide the specification. So the quality is decided already. So our entire workflow, scope of work covering information, ingredient analysis and assay, and some quality improvement. So right now we have 4 departments as an R&D department, as an R&D center. So your impression to us is staying our rice expansion foods and some formulated milk, but actually we have a lot of varieties, a lot of products. Probably leading product offer in China. Right now our turnover is more than 1 billion RMB in the beverage, but compared with some beverage giant with dozens of billions of turnover every year, we are a small baby, and we have some small bang and some Da Wei Xin, but each one has more than 1 billion RMB turnover. We have some ice products. As ice bar is frequently seen. It's a bar product. It's an ice cube. And we are going to sell about 3 billion bars every year output. And latest launch for half a year, 1 year product. We use it's a shishi ice. CC ice is extrusion like ice cream product. In room temperature is shake, milk shake. After freezing, extrusion is it's a product with taste close to the ice cream. Feature is flowability at the room temperature, and our jelly is ranking number 4, number 5 nationwide. We have QQ sugar and milky sugar. QQ sugar number 2, number 3 worldwide. Milky sugar, milk sugar is also we are also a big producer. Turnover was about 3 billion RMB for the 2 products. In the R&D, we focus on the dairy products. We have 15 billion revenue. The interesting part is we have a new non-fried instant noodle dough, begin from dough forming and drying and frying, deep frying. Our product, this is cured, is cooked dough after drying and then post drying. So this is an innovative product. In the CRG products, we converted into the snack food,
and then we transferred it to crackers. Then we introduced oats and other grain as a part of the raw materials for porridge. You know, the Chinese people are fond of porridge or congee. For R&D, you are familiar with the rice cracker, I believe. For rice cracker, the technology can be dating back to Japan. Then we surpassed the Japanese in terms of the volume and output, and also we have certain the bean-related products. That's for R&D org chart. Our function is similar to that of yours for new product development, for the cost cut and R&D procedure setting, quality improvement, new methodology creation, standardization development, and the national lab setup. These are our major categories: the packaging, taste, flavor, master edible, and also you can see main product portfolios. We have the milk beverage, leisure, rice, cracker, and others. 2 years ago, this kind of forward-looking milestone. We hit certain goals of this list. For oats, for the green porridges, they are already find their way in the market. And for the dairy, for the yogurt, and for the rest, they will find their way to the market sooner. And for the yogurt, for pudding, and for the crackers, these pipelines will move to the market soon and will make certain function and health-related products as well. So that's a new product portfolio pipelines. For R&D procedure, we have a lot of experts devoted to this area. For R&D, we have different phases, namely, among the different steps, we have to make the feasibility study to each and every step. And we should find the bottlenecks, then make the countermeasures to break those bottlenecks. For different procedures, I would like to share with you our part of the work. For the new products, there will be kind of a source of the products may be driven by policy or regulation, or maybe guidelines for the certain seniors. Well, some of the idea came from the feedback from the sales end, while 5% will be for the export. A lot of the POs come from the customers' specific demand. We will give an analysis to the feasibility of this case through the collection of the data and also our collection of the update of the legislation through certain approval procedure. We can kick off those R&D. That's the phase in the R&D production and the development phase. We'll be thinking of the different ingredient and formulas for the processes and for in-process tests, and discussion, deliberation, and the cost profile, and also the spec of the raw materials, and also the spec for the finished products. So we should make the certain milestones to all those key parts. Here, what I want to highlight is that the preservation test or storage test is very important. You may agree with me that the storage test is of crucial importance given the current market situation. Now we move to the trial, the market interview, the market research. The trial is very important. We have the recipe. Then you conduct the test with the contingent plan, with communication and deliberation. The raw materials, equipment, and the people should be prepared and ready before the commissioning. And we should have the budget for the commissioning and the trial production. And after trial production, we should have this wrap-up and the briefing. And also, there is a necessity for the corrective measures during this commissioning. They should be recorded on files. So this is pre-commissioning preparation work. We will prepare certain bags. So this is the trial period. For certain products, there are maybe the deviation of the printing. While for the rest, there may be the excessive packaging material, etc., etc. We have the kind of control details in this commissioning phase. And also, the process of the commissioning is that we should communications with the record, the wrap-up, and then post-commissioning we have the report of the commissioning and the corrective measures and the check-up and the follow-up, and also for the control of those trial products and the preservation and storage of those tried products. Then we have the trial production with the PPAP. In line with the PPAP documentation review list, we call it the trial production. Why after commissioning we should have the trial production? If commissioning is okay, it doesn't mean that we can go directly to mass production. Rather, before the mass production, we need the called test production. The machines has been running for 1 round, and everything looks okay. However, I'll be thinking of the durability of those particular machines. You should be conduct continuous operation before you can okay it. And whether the yield is good enough, whether you can hit the goal of say if the yield is 99, whether you can really hit the goal of 99%, and whether the deviation is within your range, etc., etc. You have to pay attention to all the details during the trial production period. For the trial production, currently we have 40 hours continuous operation without any stop in a row. This is the bottom line, minimum. And then after the trial production, and we move to the pre-sale period. We have a lot of system introduction for the cost control, for the materials introduction, move to the production facilities, and we should take the boxes for the vendors, suppliers, and SAP system. We need the coordination, production, sales, and R&D and other departments. This is very important. This is a pre-sale period. After sales, the R&D staff will not sleep once the products hit the market. Rather, it will wait until all the shelf life is over. For different phase, we have certain procedures. For R&D development, our work, we call it the continuous industry and academia cooperation. For product creation, we have special nutrient ingredient functional Chinese medicine food material introduction. We work together with the academia, institutions of higher learning and research. For the build-up biotech team, for instance, for rice products, we have the rice gene bank, and we have the probiotics identification technology, and have our own lactobacillus with our own bank. And rice cracker is rice cracker. Why you should collect all those rice recipes to establish such a rice gene bank? Why bother? With the bigger volume production, we are talking about the possibility of automation. Speaking of automation, for the certain raw materials and ingredients, we should have the more accurate the identification of the raw materials. For the raw materials control, for the factory side, what we should do, and for the headquarters was the work, and also for the import raw materials should be standardized to each and every production facility. We have the category-based management for different facilities in headquarters. What our work job is to double check. And what we are doing is control of the risk. We have 300 sales outlets. We will do the sampling among the 300 outlets to make the supervision and the monitoring. The headquarters job is like that. By doing so, the headquarters will have a clear understanding of the status quo of the products, whether they are acceptable in terms of the contaminants, whether it's within control, etc. Speaking of our technological part, in the biotech group, we have one case. We have 1314, the foodborne disease bacteria, and we trace the DNA segments through the CR. We can conduct certain fast check. And if there's a contamination for biological products, we have to be thinking of it's hard for us to trace and track. However, if we have the fast instrumentation for the test, it's easier for us to screen and trace the source of the contamination. Then you know where to start. So we have advanced instrumentation to that end. On a regular basis, we'll do this kind of report, the traceability and the tracking action. For certain staff, there can collect the residue of S. aureus, for instance, residues, etc. This is very common. What's good news is that we collected certain S. aureus, but the good news to us is that we didn't find any active S. aureus. They are inactive, as a matter of fact. This is a relief to all of us. This will be the case of the workflow for us. For R&D, we're talking about if you don't have capability for testing, just forget the R&D because you are not equipped. You cannot depend on naked eyes and your intuition all the time. Rather, we believe we should be empowered with equipment and instrumentation. This is the basic and the precondition for any R&D work. With this instrumentation, it's easy for to make the determination of the components of the ingredients, whether those adjectives are within the term. For instance, for the food safety, in the past, by rule of thumb or the history record, whether they should have scrutiny to this possible hazardous, and also for dough and for milk powder and for others, there is possibility for the contamination. So you should have the capability for testing. For such instrumentations, you have to validate the physical and the granularity, distribution, and other and dough characters, etc., etc.
So we think why we need to respect this, honor these instruments, and this is. This is frequently seen. Physical property and GC mass, and everybody, a lot of companies are equipped with all these. Our long-term development planning R&D center in Shanghai, in Jinshan district, we are going to set up a central R&D center, with 25,000 square meters usable area. To be mentioned, and in recent years, the Chinese government has been encouraging input commitment for R&D, tax break, and R&D centers establishment is a good starting point for tax break. And today and yesterday and the day before, there is a pre-conference workshop on PRM. So, based on for us, we actually have some PRM system establishment. But I don't know the Celerant friend are here. I'm not talking about the good, the system is good or bad, but I want to, in the introduction of the system, we had some obstacles, some difficulty, some challenges, and your R&D data to be digitalized and systematic, and your original data, whether it's sorted well, and all the implementation procedures are standardized, whether are running smoothly without problem. And the introduction process must the information management thinking and the mindset is like our chemical experiment for cooking. For some thinking is different from our chemical experiments. And for example, the statement, reports, design, and tier structure, and A plus B plus C, and this entire process, you really need to leverage IT thinking, and the data prepared and your flow design can be integrated and aligned. We had some problem in the process. Maybe when you are introducing, they are not telling you, when they are using their database, they are going to charge you. And including the afterwards, service, there is a service model that is also additional chargeable. And you need to consider this interface, whether this interface, the compatibility with your personnel, whether your personnel resource can accept this interface, whether it's going to be operation problem and the APC introduction system, the compatibility with your existing system. In fact, in the execution process, implementation process, we have some problem, the detection, information integration, and comparison between different data. Also, we have some tier structure. There are many obstacles and challenges. So when you are implementing PRM system, although it's going to save you a lot of time and efforts, but it's going to, and also with some additional benefits, but in the process you are going to have some challenges. In the execution, you really need to communicate well with your system vendors. So my sharing presentation is like that. Thank you very much. Maybe the content is not very useful for you, but hopefully it's going to bring some benefit.
Thank you. Any questions? No questions? It's probably because it's Friday afternoon. No questions? Okay. All right. Thank you very much.